Okay, so let's get into it. We're actually going to start with football. So the Rams and Matthew Stafford might be coming to an end after he was given permission to go test the market. So there's been no official trade requests, but the offer is there and teams are interested. A lot of teams that have kind of thrown their names in the hat have been the New York Giants, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Raiders. So Mase, what do you see happening? And then what do you think about the way this is going about?
Well, I like the options, pause, that Matt Stafford have. You know, when you're talking about the Steelers, your team, I think he does pretty well there. It was another team you listed in that introduction. Who else was there?
Giants, Browns, Raiders.
The Raiders is cool too, but I think whenever somebody tell you go see what you can do, they're basically telling you, I'm not gonna be the one to pay you, and I don't want to argue with you about your pay and what it is you feel like you're worth. So go out there and see what they say, because we might end up having it for a cheaper price. That's basically what they're saying. Pause. Which is a great strategy on a part of the organization and franchise of the LA Rams, because we didn't win with you, so it's not like if they lose, it's gonna be hard to get somebody to come to LA. So I think it's a brilliant plan on their part, because it gives that lead way to the player to go out there and solicit deals and see what he could do. I think they need to start doing this with hip hop.
What? Just letting it go? Oh, you think you like that?
Yeah. Go see what price they would give you.
Yeah.
It would stop a lot of arguments.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I totally agree with you. I think that the Rams are basically saying Matthew Stafford is scheduled to get $27 million next year, which is crazy underpaid for what these quarterbacks are making now. So he's basically saying that I deserve an increase on my pay. And they're saying if you think you're worth more than that, then go out and see if you're worth more than that. What I think is that teams are definitely pay Matthew Stafford more than that. They probably think in the Rams I'm talking about, he's 37 years old, he's running out of time, et cetera, et cetera. But Matthew Stafford, to be totally honest with you, were probably 2 or 3 plays from beating the Philadelphia Eagles this season. No team played Philadelphia Eagles better than the LA Rams in the whole postseason. I don't care who it was, including the Kansas City Chiefs. And not only that, they played in snow. So it was way out of their comfort zone playing in snow. And like I said, I think it was 2 plays away from them actually winning the game. If the Rams think that somebody can't wait to snatch Matthew Stafford for $35-40 million, that's going to be crazy. We talk about how Sam Darnold fucked up his money with them last 2 games that he played. The game against the Lions where he didn't perform well, and then his first playoff game, they got bumped. And they're saying, damn, this is going to cost him some millions. And they're saying that he'll probably get $25 million because of the fuck up. That's what Mike Irvin was saying. It cost him some M&Ms. That's his word, cost him some M&Ms. But if you're paying Matthew Stafford $27 million and Sam Darnold $25 million, that's ridiculous. Because don't get it fucked up, even though Matthew Stafford didn't get it done. Nobody played better than played the Eagles better than the Rams and Matthew Stafford in the snow. And secondly, you won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. You traded Jared Goff to Detroit, got Matthew Stafford. The first year that he got there, they won a Super Bowl. So you're not going to win. You're not the Kansas City Chiefs. We seen they couldn't do it 3 years in a row, but everybody is basically the Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs were coming close to that. You're not going to win every year, and I think that the Rams did a great job with Matthew Stafford. I think the ultimate goal is this. Go see how much money you could get in the marketplace. Say balloon it up to 45 million, maybe 50 million, and the Rams match that, because the Rams, you could sit there and act like you could go get another Matthew Stafford, but it's not going to be easy to get another quarterback to step in because Matthew Stafford is really that good. I think this all came about, my personal opinion, is when that nigga wife started talking about when Cooper Kupp got traded. She started getting on Twitter talking about, how you going to trade Cooper Kupp? I said this on the show. Cooper Kupp is not your husband. Mind the business that pays you. Your husband now is being offered to go see if he wants to get traded. sometimes you got to control your spouse, because they were not even talking about this until his wife got on Twitter. Was like, how you going to trade Cooper Kupp? Yeah, yo, lady. Dude, I'm pretty sure Cooper Kupp got a girl, a wife, a fiance, something that can stick up for him. And I know that that's an important piece, because your husband needs to throw the ball to receivers. What's the nigga? Ugatui? Nakua. You know what I'm saying? Now, what happened is Nakua became that first option. They was feeling like they need Cooper Kupp because he kept getting hurt. But what's wrong with having Cooper Kupp and Nakua? So at the end of the day, hope Matthew Stafford balloons his price up. Hopefully the Rams can match it. But to me, it's partly because his wife started getting on Twitter worrying about another nigga that's on the team, and it's not your man, my opinion.
Valid point. So let me ask you this. So it's saying that Matthew Stafford's asking price is about $50 million. So looking at the other quarterbacks, we know Dak is around $60 million. Then Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence are tied for $55 million. Then Jordan Love, then Tua at $53.1 million. Then Jared Goff at $53 million. Do you guys think that Matthew Stafford is worth that?
Yeah, Matthew is definitely worth the money. It's just a matter of if that team thinks he is. And I think when you're dealing with a city like LA, it's very like Janet Jackson. It's all, what have you done for me lately? It's not the championship you got back there. It's LA. People win every day. People get championships every day, and that's kind of the mindset. Because if you tell a player of that caliber to go out and see what you can do, if he gets a bigger number, he's not coming back to the Rams. He's gone.
Russ up to the Rams to trade him.
Yeah.
He's still under contract, but I think that he'll hold out and see if they can match it, and if not, okay, cool. I went out and got the number that I wanted, 45, 50 million.
Yeah.
I want to go here, and they might still be like, we was just playing, nigga. You ain't going to motherfucking place. So you don't want to get to that place if you're Matthew Stafford. But do I think he's worth it? Absolutely. And I agree with Mase when it comes to LA's a winning city, basketball-wise, not football-wise. Football-wise, the LA Chargers, the LA Rams, they do not win. Matthew Stafford probably got them their first Super Bowl in I don't know how many years. It had to be over 20 years at least. And now think about this. They wasn't the LA Rams. They were the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah.
So LA is not a winning town for football. Basketball, absolutely. Hockey, a couple times, absolutely. Football, no. And I know, like May said, he's right. It's a what have you done for me lately town. I totally agree with that. But if you keep switching up and not getting any chemistry, then you're not gonna gain any chemistry to win a championship. Now look, y'all lucked the fuck up when y'all got rid of Jared Goff, because listen, the Rams are known to do this. They got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Most of the times when you get to the Super Bowl with somebody, you're not trying to trade them.
Yeah.
But you traded them. And then you got Matthew Stafford, and it got y'all over the hump. If you think you're going to do that again, it's not likely. Because who are you going to get? Who's out there? Who's available? You going to try and go get Aaron Rodgers or maybe Russell Wilson? Who are you going to get to replace Matthew Stafford? As much as I like Aaron Rodgers and as much as I like Russell Wilson, I think that Matthew Stafford had a more sturdy career than them. Now, when I say sturdy career, I'm talking about, of course, we look at Aaron Rodgers as one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Of course, Russell Wilson is a play away from him being a two-time Super Bowl champ. So I'm looking at people who had careers, like if it was related to basketball, saying they had multiple MVP seasons or great seasons. When it comes to Matthew Stafford, my opinion is Matthew Stafford is like a Charles Barkley, but with the championship. One of them guys is going to get you, and I'm using a basketball analogy, career-wise, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. It's consistent. His consistency is unmatched. They couldn't get it done in Detroit. We seen Megatron leave because he wanted to smoke weed, walked out on him. I think Matthew Stafford is very good, and he got a lot left in the tank. So I would pay him at least 45 if I'm the Rams.
Okay, good analysis.
But not to cut you off.
Yeah.
We seen them do this before, though. It isn't like they won't get rid of a nigga. So don't think it's above imagination.
Yeah. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens, because when does that kind of salary cap stop? Because the prices just keep going higher and higher and higher, and I don't understand when it's going to be like, all right, this is enough to pay somebody.
Let's think about this, right? And I know they're not franchise tagging them, but if this was a franchise tag situation, the way franchise tag works is this. You take the top 5 people in your category, meaning quarterbacks, because he's a quarterback. So we're saying Dak is at 60, and who's the 5th person?
Yeah, so it's Dak, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Tua.
So how much does Tua make?
$53 million.
So let's just use that. If he was getting franchise tag, he would make about $56.5 million. So you even want to pay him below franchise tag price. That $27 million is half of that. So you got to meet somewhere in the middle, my opinion.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. 2 Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.